This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
You know, I've been sitting on a question for a little bit. I believe it was Azeroth Morning Radio who brought up the question of who are your people in the game. And, I mean, the knee-jerk reaction for me is Void Elves, right? But I love the Horde. I'm on the Horde. So who are my people on the Horde? And then it hit me. I don't know why I forgot about them, but I am Forsaken. Zombie Wooly has entered the chat. Hoya!
Thrall's balls! They're everywhere! Thrall's balls. The World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Gershom and Wooly.
What's up, swingaz? From the TBHQ in the Grizzly Midwest, welcome to Thrall's Balls, episode 232. I'm Wooly, the king of bullshit and forsaken Destro warlock. Here with me is Gershom, the classy, sassy, beastmastery hunter. Hi, Gershom.
Hi, Wooly. Hey, where does a Forsaken go to the bathroom?
Out their cloaca. But is that what you were going to say?
No, I was going to say nowhere because he's dead, but then I forgot about the fucking cloaca. God damn it.
To be
Holy
fair,
shit. Bringing
that
it
was
back
like
hot.
episode 5 or some shit.
That was hot.
So
no,
that's
it's been a recurring.
Removed.
That's a bit. It's a bit, and I fucked it up. I was just going to be like, oh, I don't know. They don't go to the bathroom because they're fucking dead.
Well, hold on. They do eat. So where does that go? That doesn't just go nowhere.
See, there's a thing, though, where, like, some people say they do and some people say they don't. And then why is there food in the places? And then they do cannibalize. And then, like, in some of the lore, they just sit around and mime at empty cups. And it's a psychological thing. But then some stories like, oh, you don't have brain cells. How are you going to do psychological things? I think the Forsaken must be one of the coolest races to RP. Because you could just do whatever like, they're literally whatever.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Fucking love it. Like, honestly, so what I did is I took Vestin, my OG warlock, who was the Void Elf, bong rip, and I just faction changed him, and I'm leveling him. I think I heard a dog outside. Maybe. Anyway, so I gave him his original name back, and now he's undead, and I have to level him. And I got the quest to go get I'll get into that and what we did. But point being, I could have had him be an elf still and just gone with the undead eyes. But that's not quite the same, in my very humble opinion. If I were a hunter, I'd totally do that, because, Dark Ranger and all that shit. But I'm not.
I have a Forsaken hunter, and I have to say it's pretty funny. Like, he's probably the one that attached to me the least. Like, the Forsaken have never been my people. I mean, all for it, and I get it, and it's cool, and I love that energy for everyone else, but even the whole time I was playing, I was more concerned with, like, what the orcs were doing, what Garrosh was doing behind Sylvanas' back, and how he was disgusted with Sylvanas, and then how the Worgen were invading across the lake. I was way more into, like, all the, like, Tirisfal politics than I was the actual, like, Forsaken story for some reason. Like, the story, the whole, like, zone came together for me really greatly, but I didn't focus, like, ooh, I love the Forsaken because of this. Does that make any sense?
It does, and I'm trying to remember what the very first Horde character I ever made was, and I'm just sitting here going, it might have been a Blood Elf. But I know it was a hunter. I remember that much. I don't know. Anyway, before we get too far into our episode, I do just want to say apologies for no episode last week. So Gershom had been sick, and we decided to take the week off. Johnnie, if you missed the show, I'll say this one more time. Johnnie.Tips, if you missed the announcement I put out in place of an episode last week, has decided to leave the show. So that left just the two of us. So we just went, yeah, screw it. Let's take the week off. You know, sickness. I was sick. We were going to record yesterday. Now we're recording on Mother's Day because I was sick yesterday. Now, okay, so for Johnnie stepping down, though, I don't want to get into his personal business at all, but to put it simply, he felt he needed to step away for his own mental health. I did just want to take a minute to properly say thank you, Johnnie, for everything you did for the show. You might think, he told me he thought he was dragging the show down, but he really wasn't. You did a lot more than you think you did, my friend. So, I want to take a shot of bourbon in your honor. Problem, though, my shot glasses are packed up somewhere. So I'm taking it in two things. One, first from this little cap. And
This
the other...
this is in true Thrall's Balls style. Wow. This is a certain... Oh, of course. Oh, beautiful. You know, when I saw this in the notes, I literally thought, so I'm going to take a shot of bourbon in your honor. And then I thought you were going to go, but I don't have any bourbon, so fuck that. And then you weren't going to do it or some shit.
If
But you
I
actually
did not
did it.
have... If I did not have bourbon, it would have been
That's true.
Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey Whiskey
Yeah.
or Fireball.
Well,
I have had this same bottle of Fireball throughout the entire run of the show.
I did the mixed drink of the week, which I have. I'm going to save that, but I will for now take a sip in salutations. Thank you for your help,
Let's
Johnnie.
cheers.
Yeah, saluto. Thanks for coming along for the ride, Johnnie. You did a lot, and we enjoyed your company very, very much. So good luck in your endeavors, and always welcome for the guest spots and all that shit. He knows the deal. Johnnie's fams.
Yeah.
Johnnie's fams.
And if you guys want to keep chatting with him, he is pretty active in not just our Discord, but a lot of Discords. He's a very social guy. I am drinking, very on brand for Wisconsin, I'm drinking a Leinenkugel's High Shore Shandy. Believe it or not, I've never had this before. Love it.
That's brewed there, isn't it? The
Leinenkugel's is in Milwaukee.
There you go. The foamy streets of Milwaukee. All right, there it is.
Yeah. Except I don't live in Milwaukee anymore. Suck it, city
That's
folk.
true.
I'm in a suburb now. Who knows where Waukesha is? Oh no, I doxed myself. Waukesha's big enough that you won't find me. Fuckers.
Did you guys know that Josh is 420 spelled backwards? Oh, sorry. What?
42012? Wait, what?
420 is Josh spelled backwards. What?
Is it?
Never mind. Never mind.
Hold on.
No, that was the old episode.
420.
It's a bit. No, it's a bit.
I don't remember this.
I saw your camera. You took a screenshot. You wrote 420 in planks in your house way back in housing beta.
Yeah.
And I got
forgot
it
about
backwards.
that.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Anyways,
I
go
re-
back to episode 200 to hear that. Or
I don't know
something.
how you remember that stuff. I don't remember these things. I sort
I
of,
don't.
like we were just
I can't
talking
remember.
before
It's
the
because
show.
I forgot to tie my shoes. That's why.
I just made
And
these
eat.
notes 2 days ago, and I do not remember writing Jesus Titty fucking Simpson in the episode in the notes. We were talking about that before we hit record, and it's under one of the news items. I don't fucking remember writing that.
No,
Why
and
did I
then I
write
was
that?
guilty of not reading the notes thoroughly and not knowing that you'd written that. And I was like, wait, where is that? And then you showed me and I was like, why is it? It was just randomly. It's just randomly after a paragraph.
It makes sense with, I think it's because it comes after listing a bunch of shit. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was reaction to that. I don't fucking know.
It makes sense
Anyway.
to us. Anyway,
What'd we do in
Yeah.
WoW?
what'd you do in WoW?
What'd you do in WoW?
Okay.
I asked you first.
Okay. I did. Okay. I went and I got my vault. Oh, I got my vault. There we go. That's the start.
Hey.
Yay. My vault's been nice to me. I got my pants. I got some pants. So I got my 3-piece. I'm kind of having not bad luck because they're hero pieces. So who's going to complain? But I'm going to end up having my 5-piece here, regardless, because I think we have currency this reset. We should, because we didn't this week. So there should be a token this week. Unless I'm behind, but either way, then I have a token. Either way, I'm going to have it because all my fucking hero pieces that I've been getting out of my vault have been my trinkets and my rings and my gun, which is great, but they don't contribute to your tier set. So that's been kind of slow for me, but it's okay because now eventually it's like by default, unless I start getting repeats. I don't know, Flurpy used to tease me about this. He's like, oh, you like the vault so much still. You're going to see when it gets you like the same fucking pair of pants like 6 weeks in a row or something. So
that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen. But this week I got nice pants and I have 3 out of 5. I have 3 out of my 5 pieces.
That sounds like a guild name. Nice pants.
Pants. There's pants are overrated.
Nice pants.
Pants are overrated. I don't even remember where that's from in the lore, but there's a guild called Pants Are Overrated.
Well, now I'm thinking overrated like it's rated too high, or overrated as in overly rated with a D. R-A-I-D-E-D.
No, I think it was
pants.
rated like it sucks to wear pants, like they're overrated, like I hate wearing pants. I don't know. Anyways, Gershom got his pants. So what else? Oh, and then I always do like my Blood Elf party and my Dune Dune. That's just kind of like a rep thing. I just been doing that. And then, so I had never been to a ritual site. So these are the ones that
They're
I keep.
fun.
Okay, so here's the thing. I do like them, but they're harder than I thought. That's basically what I was going to say about them is like, so I kept getting like smashed in like a 3 today. And I'm like, okay, so I walked away from it. So the thing is I do enjoy it. I like it. I get the point, but I thought it was going to be something I could run in there and just grab like coffer key shards for my delve. Cause really what I want to do is get my gear and everything. But then I was like, these are actually like taking just as long as delves, if not longer. But so I'm not sure because I haven't completed a good enough one yet to see what the best gear from those events are. The point is, for me, they're kind of hard. But as far as being a challenge, I will say that I liked that they were a challenge. Like right as I'm hitting that spot in delves and open world content where I'm kind of cutting through things, these were challenging. And I did do one. So I did get through one of those level 3s with like 1 life. And I was doing like the jumping around. I was like, I was yelling. I was kind of having a good time. I was hitting that moment. So when I got it done, it was feeling kind of nice. So that was, to recap, that was like a ritual site. And I guess right now it's the Naga one. I don't know if that's server wide or everyone has it or it's just all the time.
Ones.
Okay.
They're both Naga. It's just
that was the point. They're like, oh, there's Nagas over there and you
Yeah.
gotta go to these places. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, Naga people. That's
There
fine.
is a weird sense of satisfaction from interrupting that fucking ogre with his big purple circle.
Bro, that's the guy that kept getting me today. Fuck you about him. No, I hate that man. No, because I couldn't. because
If you're in
Wooly,
the water,
no,
good fucking
because,
luck.
No, Wooly, because I also
'Cause
had
you're
the
not gonna see it on the ground.
because I had the tendrils debuff. The 2 debuffs was that man and the tendrils kept coming and grabbing me, and I couldn't move.
Oh, shoot.
I was like, is Blizz actually doing this to me right this second? And I couldn't disengage. And I was just sitting there like, boop-a-doo, like the sad circus horn. It was
Yeah.
awful. And I was just
I
like,
turned on
control.
as many of the extra little, I don't remember what they're called. I've heard them described as affixes. I turned on as many of those as I could just to see how it would be. And holy shit, I would not be able to complete that on any other class. Because even knowing
What are you doing
Destro
it on
locked that well.
your Destro? That's what you're... Okay.
Indicale, the
Yeah.
Blood Elf, because he's 90. Vestin is
Gotcha.
not. Continue.
Oh, and then kind of like, bro, like delves and delves and delves and delves and delves, just by default, like getting some of the story achievements, I guess. And then I'm like 8 on the Delver's Journey, so I can start buying keys, which is good because, okay, I'm going to digress a little bit and then I'll come back. So a couple weeks ago on my socials, I had posted something about be sure to check when you complete a world quest because it's not giving the advertised prize. And what was going on, this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, was that you would go do a world quest. So it would say like, you're supposed to get 50 coffer key shards. And I was like, neat, I really need those. So I would go get them, and I did a few, and it was like before work or whatever. And I'm going around, and I go to do the delve, and it's like, you don't have any coffer key shards. I'm like, but I just did like 4 world quests that had prizes. So little by little, I come to piece together that I hadn't gotten the prize. I submitted the ticket. I never got the prize. Yeah, I had posted about this. I think we talked about it, but it might have been one of the weeks you were gone. It was maybe just me and Johnnie. But
I think something similar to that was happening in T-dubs for a while.
So here's what's weird though, is within like the next reset, which was a couple days later, they fixed it. So what was happening was it wasn't giving you the prize, and it was giving you like some Voidlight Marl and some Adventure Crest instead. I mean, not awful, but okay, not what they offered out. And it was every single one, every world quest, it was like this many Marl and this many Crest, whatever it was. And then that's all. So then the next reset, it started giving you your prizes. And I was like, bet. And it was still giving Crest and Marl, even though that wasn't on the prize. So like, cool. No one tell them, keep getting currency. Nice. But the one thing that's not working, want to take a guess? Willie, come on.
Key shard.
Yeah. Key shards. Yeah. It's not working. Not getting them. Still. Did like 3 today. Still had 71 coffer key shards. So for whatever weird reason, I know, weird bug, whatever, I'm not going to go forever and ever. So keys have been a little hard to come by for me. When I can buy them, I buy them. When I get them for weekly activities, I get them. Chests, treasures, whatever. I've always got a few delves up, and that's just, I've been just doing delves. So I'm like 8 on the Delver's Journey. I got both the mounts, the ones that I think basically look like big versions of Silver Moon. There is one that is actually red and gold, and then one that's like blue and silver. You know, the ones that, yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
And then I think just a couple more things. I had like a housing bug a little, nothing too crazy. Oh, I finished my weed room to my satisfaction. I feel like it's nice. Yeah.
You gotta post pictures. Yeah. Do it.
I will. I'll post a few more. So I want to do I decided I want to do the playroom next, which is funny because sneak peek on that, I had spent so much time making what I called the kobold tower with like the stairs and stuff. And I'm like, that was really hard, and it's really small, and it's in the wrong spot, and I don't want to move it.
I hate it when it's hard, small, and in the wrong spot.
Yeah, like college. Anyways, but I may just destroy the damn thing. I know how to do one, and I feel like I'll have better options later, and I feel like I have better ideas for the room. So this might be my first heartbreak where something I really, really put a lot of work into, I'm probably going to tear it down. And that's okay. It happens. I think everyone's done it. It happens. This is just my first time. So it's fun. I had like a little housing bug and, whatever. Did a little bit of that, stoner vibes. Like sometimes it's fun to just not play. And I jumped over to Voidstorm. I haven't finished over there. I think it was pretty funny. I was actually over there this morning when I was like having my coffee and weed time. And I was like, oh yeah, Voidstorm. Almost forgot about that. Since I'm almost, doing all these delves and stuff. So I go over there and I'm like, oh yeah, the Eretor thing where he fought with his dad, who could forget about that. So I go over and immediately Eretor is like, champion. And I'm like, oh no. So I go over to talk to him and he's like, I do not feel yet that my mother is ready to hear the fact that my dad beat the shit out of me. And I'm like,
bro, you're like 50. Nut up.
But the thing is, the thing that's killing me, Wooly, is when you think about it, okay, this is probably like on God been like 3 days to them. It's not. He's like back in the Zolaman Pass and now we're in Voidstorm. You're like, that's probably each like a day in each place. Or maybe you experience one festival. Yeah. Maybe it's been like a week or two. Like to me, it's been like 6.5 calendar months because I'm a single working mom and I haven't done that campaign in forever. But like on God, on them, it's probably like been like 2 or 3 weeks. So anyway, he was like, don't tattle. And I was like, bet. And Gershom wants to talk shit. It's so funny because there's actually a quest before that where Gershom's like, can I tell your mom about what happened in the Zolaman Pass?
Yeah,
And he's like, not yet. Yeah. And then he gets you and he's like, don't tell her. Don't tell her. Like, he's telling you, he's like, please don't tell her. Yes. I don't know what the fuck. I need to finish this shit.
Doesn't Eretor trust us? What the fuck?
What is this? He's like so protective of her and he's so
Is it because
old
I'm
to
undead,
care.
bro? Is that it? Is it because I'm undead? That's racist,
Probably.
man. That's
It
racist.
probably is. At least he didn't Leadrin and just like straight draw out his sword on you, like whatever.
That reminds me. You mentioned Weed Room. I don't want to interrupt you, but
You're good.
I want to say it while it's occurred to me. Have I made a mistake deciding the Forsaken are my people? Because do their lungs even work? Can they even smoke up?
I don't know.
This is a problem.
Maybe they got it. They got to do it on like we got to do and cover the camera. you
Yeah,
know.
that's honestly what I was looking for a minute or two ago, but then I remembered the battery's dead. So we're recording anyway, so screw it. All right, continue.
I think that was it. Oh, and then I went and I did. I dipped my toes into that lore walking thing, which I had varying thoughts about. Did you try that? Well, you're gonna do your what you did in WoW.
Yeah, I've done all of them. They haven't put the new one with Lily in yet. That's 1207, isn't it?
So I only have the War Within one, like where you go back and do the whole
okay.
War Within, which is
So
interesting.
the
I'll say
ethereals and all
over
that shit.
no, like the Dalaran crash, like the whole, like the beginning of the War Within, not Midnight, like, or
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
you go and it's like the whispering voice, the radiant song, and Illyria walking through Dalaran and meeting Khadgar and Dalaran exploding and going to Dornegal and
Is
like
that
it's,
in lore walking?
it's the only thing I could do as lore
Wait,
walking.
what?
There are no stories. There's just
no
that.
Lich King, none of that? What the
None
fuck?
of those old ones are there
You must
anymore.
have to go back to Dornegal then to get those. That's
I
stupid.
don't
That should
know.
continue.
So when you go to the one in Silvermoon, you can basically play through the War Within, which I kind of started doing for funsies because you can obviously leave and come back and do whatever, and it's kind of, you get gold, and it is kind of fun. So it's basically like a last week on Azeroth sort of shit, and the book like talks to you. So like every major campaign, like I'll just give one example. Like for instance, like you remember when you go meet Baelgrim and his girlfriend, and she's that unbound lady who is actually unbound, and she's doing healing out there in the Freywold village and stuff, and it's like 10 or 11 quests, and she's like, oh, go get the sand and do the thing and blah blah blah. So all of that, you don't do it. You show up and you're like, oh look, she's healing these guys, and oh, there's tension between her and Baelgrim, and then Moira's like, y'all should fuck it out then, and then that, and then he takes her
Baelgrim's
back.
the one who kills himself, right? To
Yeah, he
save
jumps
people?
down. Yeah, he blows himself up in the.
It's like,
in the
Baelgrim, you
rookery.
don't have to do that. You don't have to do this, man. You can just like launch a lightning bolt or something at it, and he's halfway down.
But
and he
his
just
whole
yells, "Too
bird
late!"
was a lightning bolt. That's the point. Guy, dire, champion. I don't know, fucking. Whatever. That guy went out like a G. I liked him though. But anyways,
Watch him
that was
just
the
like
point.
rip his
Yeah.
memory crystal out of his neck and yank it off to the side at the last second. Put me in a new body.
Oh my god. And then the mammoth comes and grabs it. No, the mammoth shits
Yes.
on it. No. Which one? The first one. I like the first one. Use take one.
Yes,
But
and
yeah, that's
also
what I did in WoW.
with a
actually.
balloon and shits.
Okay.
That's what you did in WoW, you're saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. Well, I, as I already said, dusted off my original warlock, Vestin, originally a human on Twisting Nether way back in 2008. Now undead, named Vestin. I know what you're doing behind the hand on the screen. I know
Smoke
what you're doing.
Smokebark
Smoking the
Jaman.
pancake.
Smokebark Jaman showed up.
Yes. So yeah, I have been alternating between leveling him and doing the ritual sites on Indicale. I gotta be honest, I had fun with the ritual sites at first. But I was really only doing them to get the recolors of the tier 2 sets that you can get in Silvermoon, and I really only cared about completing the Warlock one, but I've come this far, I might as well get the rest of them. The thing is, what I really hate about it is you do all these things, you do the same scenario, I guess you could say, over and over and over, interrupt that goddamn ogre over and over and over, and it's still random which fucking piece you get. So I don't like that at all. No shade on hunters, but I didn't want the fucking hunter set. I didn't want the fucking paladin set. I don't want the fucking evoker set. I don't give a shit. I'm here for the warlock set. Why can't they prioritize the class you're playing and then give you random pieces from the others?
Even to like in a different respect, because like this is weird that you could get any class, but even like the ones that you get where it's like, why are they still using that old system where it's like gives you a random piece of loot for your gear spec, and it's like the bad luck is just built into it. Like, can we just have a menu? 500 pieces each fucking piece. Why does it have to be random? Is that maybe it works better for them somehow, but why do they want to just give us automatic bad luck, and then later they're probably gonna have to write a system to give us bad luck protection? It seems like counterintuitive. Sorry to interrupt you.
Is it a champion track piece you can get from the vendor for the accolades?
It's hero.
Okay,
yeah.
I haven't even bought one yet. I was
random,
just after the
It's
cosmetics.
Random for your class spec, so no bad luck protection at all.
I was like halfway through building that Void Nemesis set when I decided I wanted to play Forsaken. So I finished it out. Like, you know, it looks okay. It's not my favorite, but I'm a warlock. I want all these recolors that they're going to make for these new Nemesis sets. Don't you dare take that away from me, Blizzard. So yeah, I was doing that on him. He is still stuck in that weird Darkwell limbo between the two raids, between when Illyria gets pegged by Xalatath, and then when they go in and play with the bird. I haven't gone in and played with Bellowren yet. So my Silvermoon is still looking pretty dark on Indicale. Yeah, so then with my Forsaken Warlock, Vestin, was basically just doing delves for the quests, and Darkmoon Fair's up right now. Wait, it might be done today? I don't remember. But I was using the experience buff. I got a bunch of Darkmoon top hats in my bag. And you know, it's doable. But what I wanted to try, and I tried it and it didn't work. I'd been hoping that if I went into a dungeon, in a follower dungeon, that I would be able to complete the quest for doing the dungeon in there. Apparently, there isn't a quest to pick up in there. I thought there would be, and there was not. So I was like halfway through a trash pack.
And the ones that you get outside and the ones that you get weekly, neither one you don't get credit for doing followers on those. Yeah, that's been since I figured that out back in War Within. I was disappointed by that.
I think I'm at the point where I fucking hate follower dungeons because
Bro.
Between that
it sucks. I hate it.
Between that and the bad AI, like the fucking, you toggle it so the tank runs it so you can at least pretend.
The other day. Yeah, someone was in general chat just the other day on my server, like, bro, follower dungeons need to get wrecked. And I'm like, oh no, don't start saying it. No, because now it's out there.
Bad.
It's so not, and it's like, God, and I hate that because it's one of those things where we really talked about how cool it was gonna be.
It still could be, just Blizzard needs to... They had the entire T-Dubs expansion and didn't improve it. And now, I don't remember this happening in the War Within, but I didn't do as many follower dungeons then. The fucking tank, you toggle it so that the tank leads it so you can at least pretend, I guess. And the tank will be like, follow me! And then just fucking stand there.
Follow
Okay,
me up.
bitch, I guess
Follow
I
me
will pull
up the
pack.
mage's butt into the rubber hut, proverbially, and then explode the roof, which attracts every mob in the dungeon, and then everybody die.
Yeah, basically.
Something like that.
And they have it tuned so you can't even out DPS the things and be like, yeah, I'm bad shit. Instead, you're in there getting wrecked and you're like, oh, I'm bad. Shit. Anyway, more or less, that's all I've been doing. I have not touched void assaults, void incursions, whatever the hell those two things are called. Mainly because, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, they sound like just another kill shit while a bar fills up and then kill the big shit and then go into this thing and kill more shit. And I'm just
better than
so
that.
over that. Is it?
It's better than that, Willie. You can actually go in there.
Is it
and just
more like
fly
the
it.
Legion invasions?
No, it's like you fly over it, and if it's over, you get the currency in your bag. Still, don't tell Blizz.
Well,
I mean, it's
still,
coffer
it's
key
like-
shards, and but yeah, as far as if you're looking for engaging content, then you're not gonna get that.
yeah, I'm
No.
so sick of that.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
so
No,
tired
these
of
are
that. It's
basically
not
the
fun.
things. These are the things from the pre-patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, as far
so-
as if you're looking for fun or engaging or something new to do, you're not gonna get any of those things.
Mhm.
Sorry.
So yeah, basically delves are where I've been.
Yeah.
I wish I could be raiding, but it's just not feasible at this stage in my life right now. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll be able to return to raiding, but it is not yet. So, yeah, there was another thing I was going to say. Oh, I just want to give my impressions on 1205 because think about this for a second. The last time I was on our show was before 1205 came out. So I'm going to talk about this as if all the bugs didn't happen. And that's basically
To
ritual
live in a-
sites and
to
void
live in a
incursions and all
fever
that.
dream. To live in a
Right.
fever dream. Sorry
Um,
to interrupt you. That sounds great.
I'm not a guy who's huge on 05 and 07 patches. Like, I don't sit there eagerly anticipating them. I'm like, oh, cool, something new to do. That's fun. Oh, cool, new world event. I don't give a fuck. That kind of thing. I gotta say, for an 05 patch, taking the bugs out of the equation, it was all right. Ritual sites were fun for a little bit. Give me something to do. And then I went back to delves because it's the same goddamn scenario over and over and over. Like, even week to week. It's in goddamn Quel'Thalas. Okay, cool. And then it goes to Zul'Aman, and then it comes back to Quel'Thalas. I wonder how different it'll be. Oh, it isn't.
Can I actually there is one thing since you and I have both and I love your impression, but I'm so sorry to interrupt, but one thing about the delves that I just love this season, and I guess this can go into an impression slot, is like, first of all, I like the outdoor ones so much. I was so
Love
tired of
being
being
able to
in
mount
those.
up.
Love being able to mount up. And I love how each one, have you noticed how even if it's the same one, you can do it like a different way because they're just too big?
Mhm.
Like, go get
Are
baby
you talking
bears.
about the one in Voidstorm, perhaps?
Any of them. Like, so my example that I was just going to use right this second was the one where you go get baby bears. I think it's like in Atalaman, you go rescue like furlbogs out of the cages. There's another one where you have to like go unhex frog people. That's also, but the point is like you're running around out there and there's so many of them. It's not like you got to get 8 and there's 8 and you have to go find them. It's like they're everywhere. And I found myself like jumping up. Right. Getting curios and looking, kind of scanning. It just felt so much more like that interaction that I'm liking anyway. Like, to interject on your opinions thing. Like when you go around Silvermoon, I feel like it's not the same cart going around in a circle, on a track. It's like, it's much more like interactive. There's citizens there. There's kids and funny animals bounding around. I was doing something in Harandar. Maybe it was a delve or a world quest or something, and just chilling out in the world next to some water was like a Haranir lady with like a basket of fish just obviously like cleaning her couch or something. It had nothing to do. She had no quest to give me. I'd never seen her before. She couldn't talk to her. She didn't sell nothing. She didn't do anything. She was just flavor, just hanging out, walking around, and
populating the world.
Yeah, and I thought that was nice. So not to jack your section, but that's probably one of my biggest impressions so far of this little mini patch or micro patch or whatever, would be like how fun it feels to be on Azeroth. Bugs aside, like as a player in the real world, that's frustrating, but the imagination world that they have going on, top notch right now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm to be clear, I'm not happy about the bugs. I don't want to dwell on it, though. Pretty much every show out there has talked about them, and yes, they are fucking infuriating in some cases. I do want to point out, though, Mike Ybarra, what the fuck? Dude. It reminds me of that meme.
Dude is so tone deaf. Oh my
God. What the fuck? Okay, so let's back up a second. He got on Twitter and he was like, Blizzard needs to reset. This is really bad. Holy shit, why is Blizzard so bad at this? Oh, I wonder why, Mike. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that you were instrumental in getting rid of a lot of QA people, dumbass. Reminds me of that fucking meme where the guy shoots a guy in an armchair and then turns around and says, how could such and such do this? Well, Mike is the guy with the gun. The people in the armchair are the QA team. And then Mike turns around and goes, how could Blizzard do this? Dumbass. Yeah, I said it. Dumbass. And I really wish Joanna Ferries had been like, Mike, dumbass. This was you.
No. I'm proud of her for staying out of it. That's one of the best things I like about her, is her lack of presence in certain ways, honestly. Yeah. I think she's doing the right thing.
She dope.
She's cool. So, Mike Ybarra, though, he's tone deaf.
Like, what the fuck was that?
He's a silly man. I don't know. Too many, I guess Mythic plus brain rot is a thing. I don't know.
What
Go
I'm
run
going
some
to
more
look
36s, bro.
to.
I don't understand.
You know, I will say some of the bugs just plain don't affect me, because some of them are in, like, dungeons and raids, and they don't affect me, so I haven't had the chance to be mad about them. But I'll put it this way. I'm looking forward to when all this transmog buggery is figured out, because I want my Ulthalesh back, bro.
So
I know I could just switch to Affliction, but I suck at Affliction.
So my clothes came back, and I have not touched a single thing. I won't touch it, because the last time it came back, and I'm like, oh, neat. So I guess this would filter into the whole, I wanted to try the situations, and that's what broke it. Was it worked. Yeah. I went into my house, and it worked, and I was like, neat. And then I went to Silvermoon, and I was stuck. And then I was
Shout out, by the way, speaking of transmog, to fucking Rack.
Yes.
From
yes.
The Ready Check with Rack and Kale, going full cozy craft on his transmogs. He posted a couple pictures in our Discord. Yep. What a top-notch fella. He's a top-notch fella.
Good friend of the show, too.
Yeah.
Keep your ears to
Go
the ground.
check out his show if you haven't already. All these little podcasts, we all kind of interconnect with each other in great ways. So go check out the Ready Check with Rack and Kale. R-A-K is how you spell his name. And then the other one, K-E-L. K-A-E-L. Yeah.
We've roped both thems into the Discord, boy. Yeehaw.
Yeah. And speaking of other podcasts, I finally got around to listening to that AMR episode where they played Johnny's little audio clip. I didn't know they already listened to us. Like, their show is so high quality.
That made me
good.
Blush.
It did. I was like, they know who we are. Holy shit.
Like,
they listen to our show.
I cringe,
holy shit. And I bet they're chuckling to themselves right now listening to this episode. You guys do solid work. This is where I would insert a snide remark from a goblin if we did that.
Hey, listen, you can't, if you shoot for the stars, then when you fall, you land on a cloud. So I say if they want to come on the show, they should definitely reach out. Hey.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah,
Hey,
that would be
they're
fucking
way too
awesome.
Hey, they're way too busy for you. All right, back to our segment.
You know, I'm actually done with what I did in a while, but as long as we're shouting out other shows, Dave's show, Dave Gagne, Solo Q, his latest episode, he sent me a message, first of all, to say he hoped we feel better, which is awesome. And also, he told me that he put in his latest episode a segment that was partially, as he put it, inspired by something I said. And I listened to his episode, and it's basically, I don't want to ruin it, but like a little intro-ish sort of thing to Ritson Flamescowl, the fucking lesser-known orc warlock. Like, you remember, hi Baker, you remember early in T-Dubs when you're running around the Dollar on Crash site, and there's a warlock coming out of the gate there? Yeah, that's Ritson. That's Ritson Flamescowl, bro. He's got fire around his neck and all kinds of shit. So, highly recommend, y'all. I'm going to keep vamping, because she's off doing Gershom stuff with doggos. Wait a minute. She's not here. She can't hear a single thing I'm saying. She has no idea what I'm saying right now. I could be saying anything. I could be going on and on about how Gershom is secretly a werecucumber. That's kind of like a werewolf, except instead of a wolf, it's a cucumber. And she's not going to know anything that I'm talking about right now until she listens to this episode for herself. Which I hope she does. I really hope she does. She's going to go like, what the fuck is a werecucumber? Or she's going to see the episode title, which is now Werecucumber, and be like, I don't remember talking about that. Well, of course you don't, because you were in the other room during doing Gershom stuff with doggos. Yeah. How does being a werecucumber work? Let's see. On the full moon. Oh. On the full moon. Okay. If you get under the moon, instead of turning into a wolf, you turn into a cucumber. And you don't scream to the heavens. You instead just kind of shrink and become a cucumber. But I imagine it's more like a Pickle Rick situation. So you're not just a random-ass cucumber laying on the ground. You're like a cucumber with a rib cage and like skeletal legs and an angry little skull face. Oh, she's coming back. I gotta stop talking about it.
In a little while, relax.
You are...
Just a little while, relax.
Oh, now you have a thing back in. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what I was talking to everybody about.
Wait, I come back and you said, all right, now you got the thing back in. Yeah. I was like, wait, what the fuck, bitch?
You're going to have to listen to the episode to find out. For reference, we are about 40 minutes in.
Okay.
You'll see the show title be like, what the hell?
All right, so the thing's back in, and we've been doing it for 40 minutes. That's great.
Yep,
Thank you for the update.
You are not Pickle Rick.
Okay. Hey.
You are not Pickle Rick.
Okay.
But also kind of are.
Do you want to do the mixed drink of the week?
Let's move on to the mixed drink of the week. Hell yes, let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any substance for that matter, if you are of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any stupid shit that may befall you as a result of your own stupid shit. Alright, so, we have been going through the various Hearthstone items in the game and turning them into shots. Well, we kind of decided this is going to be the last one of those, even though there's a few Hearthstones left. We just kind of got sick of this series. It went on a very long time. So Gershom is up this week for the last Hearthstone shot, and she's bringing us the Peddlefeet's Lovely Hearthstone. Now, what happens when you use this is you levitate, you pull out Cupid's bow, hearts fly out of your ass for some reason, small at first and then bigger ones, and what looks like little fireworks that are shaped like hearts, and you got these little cherub wings, so yeah, I think it's Valentine's Day, love is in the air kind of thing. So I am guessing then, because of that the shot is kind of silvery pinkish. So I'm immediately thinking some kind of grapefruit. So I'm guessing there's a quarter of the half of the shot, actually. No, quarter is grapefruit juice. Another quarter of it, either silver tequila or vodka. Let's say vodka. And the remainder, what else is in this? There's that bow and arrow and the hearts. Let's say you dropped in one of those terrible chalky I choose you fucking Valentine hearts, and then filled in the rest with Goldschlager. I don't fucking know. All right, that's my guess.
Okay, so some of that started to sound good, and then it started to get not good, and then none of it was what I did anyways.
Did I lose you around the Simpsons reference?
The chalky heart, bro, is where it went.
Yeah, that's the Simpsons reference. I choose you. That was Ralph Wiggum.
I couldn't. But yeah, so I was gonna say, so this one, I was gonna say, well, he sent, I'll do a Peddlefeet voice. He says, made, let's see, the label says, Peddlefeet, says, made out of highly qualitized ingredients, not to be confused with compromised ingredients. Okay, so this is, equal parts, my black raspberry Monaco, because obviously.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah. And then a little bit of Aldi's pre-mixed strawberry mimosa. I think they had this for Mother's Day. And then we added in, and so for once, I'm gonna add some weed beverage here in a minute, and it is required this time. Normally I say this is optional, if you want to, or there's maybe like a different flavor. This really is the vibe you want, because you want it. This is the bow and arrow. This is where it hits you. So you're going to want that. If for whatever reason you cannot consume cannabis, don't want to, can't, whatever, I'm going to offer an alternative here in a second. But this one, we're going to round it out with a little splash of what's called Dr. Quencher, which is like weed Dr. Pepper that you can get at like most dispensaries. If you have like a dispensary near you, or online, you can buy these things. So so we're gonna go 1/3 shot blackberry Monaco, 1/3 shot strawberry mimosa, and 1/3 shot Dr. Quencher weed beverage. I did a couple of these last night. They definitely do the trick. I'm not doing them today. You guys saw me drinking the mango lemonade. I will send a picture of what they look like. It's basically like a pink, and it looks a little sludgy. And the reason I said it fits with the vibe is because the Peddlefeet, it's just goblins. Like, it can't be too sparkly. It can't be too lippy. So it kind of had that sludgy kind of, and if you've ever consumed like a weed beverage, they do have that sort of heady, sort of skunky flavor. And just by nature also, they're a little like cloudy in their consistency. So it gets a little, you'll see the picture, but it gets a little like, it's like, oh, it would be pink and cool, but also it's goblin-y. It's got a little brown. It's got like a little like swirly weirdness to it. And then when you shoot it, it's got that vibe. So if you don't want that, if that doesn't sound good to you, and instead you'd like to be hit in the face by something that tastes like an alcoholic piece of strawberry shortcake, then you can do what I did and take the 1/2 shot BuzzBallz cookie dough flavor and 1/2 shot of that berry Monaco, and you can take a shot of that, and that's exactly what it tastes like. It tastes like you ate like a big piece of booze-soaked strawberry shortcake, and it's an interesting experience. So
hell yeah,
those are the two.
Well, you're not
Peddlefeets.
shooting.
Yeah.
You're not
I'm not
shooting
doing
it
those
now,
today.
but you have something to drink there, so I'm gonna send you off anyway. Are you ready? All right, over the lips, through the gums. Look out, asshole. Hell yeah.
Nice and smooth. All right.
So I can't believe I forgot that that's a goblin. I completely forgot.
Did you?
I did.
That's
and then
so
when
weird.
you were talking about him, you're like, well, it can't be too pink and sparkly. I was thinking,
You're like,
wasn't
"Don't."
there a goblin who was just like giving it to a Lil Nomita. I forgot
Little
their names. They
Gobita.
were in a book.
Yeah.
Like there was a goblin and a gnome
There's
that
the
were.
quest too, where you
How
get
do
the
I put
Wonder
this
2.0.
delicately?
Yeah.
Slamming ham.
Yeah. There's the. I don't know who. I know who you're talking
They were in a
about.
book.
Well, you
And
get the.
they must have had some kind of
No, they're in game too.
horrible offspring.
They're in game too.
Then that means
They're in-
they survived
yeah.
the big explosion, didn't they?
You get a mount from them called the Wonder 2.0. It's like in Cataclysm. You get like this. There's like, you go out to Tannerus. Bro, this is like the weirdest. Someone hit us up. Someone who knows what they're talking about. This is when I love that Azeroth Morning Radio apparently listens to us, because they're going to know. You get the Wonder 2.0. There's a goblin and there's a gnome girl and a goblin man, and they're married and they get attacked and they're out in Tannerus, and this bird comes and saves them, and it's like this mechanical parrot. I'm gonna show it to you. It's called the Wonder 2.0. When you're doing your nose bit.
So this just blew my mind a little bit. I think I just found a way to prove that Star Wars and World of Warcraft take place in the same universe. Because I think we just figured out where Yoda's species comes from.
It wasn't that shitty fan art at the beginning of Midnight a couple years ago?
Slamming a gnome. There was a goblin slamming a gnome over and over and over and over and Hey, you got garbage? Yeah, I got garbage. I don't fucking know. All right.
And then the butler comes in and he's like, "Why do they call it Hoth? It should be called Cold, am I right?" And then they're just like, yeah, so Hoth, yeah. Okay, I got it on the Star Wars joke a little bit. Yeah.
I appreciated that Family Guy reference there too. Yeah.
I tried to tie it together.
Okay. So that was the Peddlefeet's Lovely Hearthstone. Next week, we are starting a new drink series, as I indicated. We're doing a series of mixed drinks, not shots, mixed drinks. They can be shots if you want. We're not putting ourselves in a box. But we are putting ourselves in a box of between two options here. We can choose either a class artifact, and we're limited to one appearance, so there's not going to be like 2 Ulfalishes or whatever, or a legendary that's in the game. So for example, we could go from one week doing Shadowmourne and another going to whatever the fuck the shaman resto weapon thingy is called. You know,
whoever wants to do that one could do that one. It's not going to be me.
We're not following a strict schedule. No strict instructions. It'll be fun. But
it's our show.
I'm going to be up
you.
first.
Yeah.
And speaking of Shadowmourne, I'm bringing Shadowmourne. And speaking of which, I have Shadowmourne. I have the Crimson Death Charger. And when we can tie up mounts in our player housing yard, the fucking Crimson Death Charger is going to be out there right next to Baron Rivendare's mount, and you can all suck my ass, because I have both of those. I will not be going to see those of you who put Invincible up.
Actually, it's so funny that you mentioned the Baron Rivendare, because lots of times when people are doing Invincible flex, I'll pull him out instead. I'll pull out the Rivendare's Death Charger that I have.
I don't
Someone
remember
started
for
crying
sure,
once.
but
He was crying, and I'm like, it took me way longer to get Invincible. I'm like, I had Rivendare maybe like within a calendar year.
I think I legit might take a run at getting Invincible tonight. If you remember, when they were doing that event that buffed the shit out of, like, rare drops, I intentionally didn't go for Invincible because I didn't want to cheapen it.
I do.
I'm
gonna
go for an Invincible run tonight.
Okay, I just put deuces up for you, dude. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Let's go.
It
Everyone
will make
in the
my
chat.
life
Well, by the time
if
everyone
I have
hears
Invincible by the time this episode comes
yes,
out.
that would be so well. Well, you only get one.
Yeah.
No, you can try on other tunes. Are you gonna do it on all your tunes? Is that tonight's activity? You're just gonna go on an
depends
Invincible
how
run?
bored I get and how quickly I can charge my vape.
How bad Mischief wakes up.
I'm off work. Nope, she's not waking up tonight. Not allowed. She woke up at midnight last night. Not happening tonight. She's not allowed to.
Yeah.
But of course, I will go. Give her all the hugs if she needs them. All right, let's move on to the WoW news.
Motherfuckers.
Time for WoW news. Motherfuckers.
See? Motherfuckers. All right, so we're going to start off here with talking about 12.0.7, which is crazy because since the last episode I was on, a patch came out and another was announced, which is crazy. We didn't do an episode last week. I wasn't on the week before. I haven't been on the show in 3 weeks. It's nuts. Anyway, people aren't terribly thrilled to have this coming out while there's still 12.05 bugs. But also, I don't know. We talked about the bugs. I'm bored with it. We don't need to talk about it anymore. So what's in 12.0.7? There are 2 new mini zones coming. There is Nagtal and Val, V-A-L. So you may recognize those names. They're both worlds we traveled to during Legion invasions, from Argus. But fret not, these are not recycled maps, okay? They're the same worlds, but just new maps on that world. You dig? So the blue post about them says, facing the forces of the Void in Void assaults and ritual sites isn't enough to stop their machinations. To cut the thread off at its source, because apparently the source of the Void is random fucking planets out in the middle of the Great Dark Beyond, whatever. To cut the thread off at its source, you'll need to hunt down the leaders behind these brutal attacks on Azeroth, track them through a portal in Voidstorm, leading to 2 new locations. That's like the same logic as Star Wars being like, let's start with part 4. Whatever.
Are these like those guys? So this guy, we're going to get a new portal that's going to be... Are these those guys that were like the big swirly guys in Legion on Argus? I just said guys like 89 times. But...
Like the big swirly portal? Like...
Yeah, and they were
the
green.
gate on the map and then move around?
Yeah.
I don't know for
there was
sure.
a weekly to do 3 of them that Illidan would give you every week.
I'm not sure that it's quite the same. Because from what I understand,
like those are
there's
those worlds.
shit
That's
to
where
do
I
in there.
saw those names. It was like Legion or like
Well, that's what
Invasion
they
Point
were,
Val. Yeah. So like that's the familiarity that we're
Yeah,
supposed to feel.
exactly.
I guess I don't
It's
know
those
that we're going to be
worlds.
doing the same thing, but at least
I don't think we are.
apparently we've been there. Yeah.
Because there's like world quests and shit you can do in there.
Yeah.
And I'll
yeah.
be annoyed if we can't fly, because there won't be any reason for that.
I was thinking, like, at best, it's going to be like, oh, you should recognize the Dane because it was on your map at one point. I'm not saying we're going to, like, the same content. Like you
Right.
said, fret not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What else is in the patch is the Omnium Folio. That is basically a borrowed, player power system, cough, cough. I'm not actually that cynical, but basically, to super pare it down, it is a straight line, extra bits of power talents you can fill out. There's a couple choice nodes. The closest tree that this reminds me of is when they brought Horrific Visions back. Although, except the difference here will be that instead of those only being usable within that content, you just kind of have them, I believe. Which is useful because there's also a new raid coming in a 0.7 patch, but it's a 1 boss raid. So, yeah, that is called Sporefall. It's located in Harrendar, and it is the first ever raid to include a Flex Mythic difficulty, which is super telegraphing that Blizzard is experimenting with to see how it works out on a low-stakes one-boss raid. I would not be a bit surprised if they applied this on, let's just say, more centralized raids in the future. So the flexibility is how many players you can have. Right now, I believe that Mythic, you have to have 20 players. You can't have any less, can't have any more. This will flex between 15 and 25. It won't affect me one little bit. I don't raid Mythic. I don't even raid normal right now. I'm not even an LFR hero at the moment. Hi, Baker. Tell him I said hi. Tell him I said hi. Tell him I said hi.
Baker,
Tell him I said
Wooly
hi.
says hi. Okay, Baker, Wooly says hi.
Fuck
He's
yeah.
whining outside my door. Fuck yeah.
He's a
Love me
good
some
boy.
doggies. He is a good boy.
There's also more lore walking with the Loas. It's troll-themed lore walking with assistant lore walker Lily. It's all about trolls, specifically the Zandalari, Drakari, Gurabashi, and Darkspear. I am interested as fuck to see what they're going to go into with the Drakari, because remember
guys need to see
Zoldrek
my
in
dance.
Northrend?
Yeah.
It
yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
I'm
Boom,
interested
Bobby.
in the Drakari part because they were undead
Yes.
by the time we saw them in Northrend. I really hope it includes some of what led to that.
Everything troll is so good right now. Actually, this is funny, not to go too far off the path here because we've been going for a while, but I ran this into ChatGPT. I was like, can you give me any little Easter eggs or anything else about this troll lore walking thing that's coming? And it responded to me. It was like, so you're basically made a joke about like what a troll a file I am. Like even my Chat GPT knows with its basic bullshit.
Was that what that
8-bit
screenshot was?
memory. Yeah, it was like
I didn't know what the hell you were posting.
Your fascination with trolls is basically like part of your lore at this point. And I was like, yeah, no, this is
I have
gonna
Discord up on my other screen.
Yeah.
Let's find
If
it.
you don't have, if you guys are just listening to the episode and you're not watching the video, I just did a whole dance. If I could do capoeira, I would be doing capoeira. I wasn't. I was just doing like a funny little jig at my desk. But
Wait
yeah.
a minute, where the hell? I can't find it.
It was a long
Did you
time
put it
ago.
in the general
No,
channel?
I can't
It
remember.
was only a few days ago.
I can't remember. Yeah, it was something.
I see a Ring doorbell thing.
Yeah. 6, 7.
Heisenberg wanting milk. Housing stuff. Homer Simpson going into a bush. Slide Whistle telling us all about Cruncherizer wanting to go back to board games so he can talk shit to people's faces. See it. Did you delete it?
I think if you want to, maybe. I think if you want to
Or did you
find
put it in the
should-
DNR Discord? Is that
Who
where it
fucking
was?
knows? I don't know.
I
Maybe it
don't
was on my
fucking know.
socials.
I don't fucking know anymore. Anyway,
Who wants to go to a
let's
special
see.
gathering with Zul'Jan? Never mind. What?
yeah, we'll get there.
will.
That's. Oh, wait, did I even put that in the notes? Yeah. So there's actually a storyline following Zul'Jan. It's in Haranir of all places for a quote special gathering, which apparently is not an orgy. Shit.
Do you think Smokebark Jaman's going to be at that one? Hey!
But it goes into
Jaman.
an ancient mystery surrounding the legacy of the Amani trolls. And I don't want to say any details from what I've
dancing.
heard that was leaked or data mined or whatever. But it's got something to do with the ancestry of all these different troll-based beings. I don't fucking know. There is something about hatching some eggs. With the return of Johnnie, I've never known how to say that, Loa of Fire, comes a return to past traditions. She's ready to bring a new clutch of eggs into the world. But Loa speaker Breck requires assistance with the ceremony and with ensuring all the Loa's young are released safely from their eggs. Be a part of welcoming the first of her offspring and protecting them as they take their first steps. I have no idea what the fuck any of that means. Is this fucking
That's
whelp
gonna be
daycare
awesome.
again? Because I didn't do that either.
I don't know.
And I'm probably
That
not
sounds
going to
cool.
do this.
That sounds
It's
cool, though.
troll-centric, so I'm sure you'll do it.
Yeah. I'll do it. But then, like, there's some serious troll-centric stuff that I'm still behind on. Like, I never looked into the new Amani Bear even. I just thought of that today.
There's
like, I gotta
several
look that
Amani
up.
bears. There's one you can get in ritual sites too. Like
there's
it's
still like I'm still
Easter egg,
so
sort of.
far behind on the game in general, but yeah, not to derail for sure. But I mean, it sounds cool.
You know what race looks really good on bear mounts is Tauren. I hopped on Speggy and mounted up on Blackpaw, the BFA bear mount. Tauren look awesome on bears. It's fucking great.
I could see that because like I always found that some of the best mounts for Taurens were things that have like bigger like hips or middles or rib cages that sort of accommodate the wider like stance of a Tauren.
Yeah.
So like boars kind of cross boars maybe a little bit, but no, because they're short. But like yeah, bears because they have that rounder, anything with that round belly, like Kodos, Mushans, anything like that, that's got like a little bit of a higher leg, and then like you got to have like a big belly for the big Tauren legs. But yeah, they do look good on bears. I agree with you.
They look pretty good on those undead bull things from Shadowlands too, but that's a little unsettling because it's a cow on a cow. I gotta be honest, there are not a ton of mount types that Tauren look good on. Like, that's why I decided not to play
their originals
Speggy.
Their originals were Kodos, like back in Classic.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like Kodos at all. I decided not to play Speggy because Tauren look ridiculous on the Warlock mounts.
Bro, I hate Kodos so bad ancestrally that, like, way back in, like, the day when they were just the best pet of all time for BM, like, back when you had to care about, like, pet stats, Kodos were the best thing, and I hated them so much I still wouldn't use them. I was so stubborn. I was so stubborn. I went and did other things.
Not a big fan of the Kodo.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
So what else is in 1207? Turbulent Time Ways is coming back. They're adding Dragonflight into the mix, specifically Algathar Academy, which even I, who does not do Mythic Plus, am sick of. Halls of Infusion, Naltheris, Ruby Life Pools, Azure Vaults, and Brackenhide Hollow. Fuck, I'm not happy that Naltheris is on there because it takes goddamn forever. But there's also a new Proto Drake mount, and I am extremely excited for this. It's Spawn of Viranoth. It's just like a mini, like, primal Viranoth. And I fucking love Viranoth. I think she's incredibly awesome. So I want that mount. Don't think I'm going to use it regularly. I'm probably going to stick with my undead horsey that warlocks ride around on, but still. There's also coming the event Darkspear Dash. I do believe this is the event put on in conjunction with Warcraft Cares, which founded by the one and only Dravi. Basically, this is a pride event. It says, join the Darkspear Trolls and their Zandalari allies as they race from Echo Isles to Silvermoon City for an in-game event inspired by the Running of the Trolls community event. Prepare to run, leap, and spread rainbow cheer along the route. And not to end it on kind of a whimper, but they're also updating the UI a little. So, yeah, that's happening. What's going on with that treehouse thing, though? Cozy Treehouse bundle? Fuck me, $75?
What is this about a Cozy Simpson fungal basin chair? No, I'm just kidding. We'll get to the Simpsons thing. Yeah, okay. So, you guys, esteemed non-binaries, ladies, everyone who plays the game. So we're getting the ability for $75. You get two options to change the external appearance of your house. So am I correct in, this is the first time you can do this, right? For something that wasn't in the game. Okay.
They have not put a Hearthstone option for externals before.
Right. So this is the first time you can do that. And I haven't seen these yet. Wooly doesn't like them. I haven't seen them.
It's not that I don't like them. I think they look cool. They're just not my preferred aesthetic.
Right. And so I did end up doing some things in my house with some of the Spring Blossom things that I got because I won them as a prize with the DNR. Like I won one of the housing contest drawing things that they had. But I think this is going to look similar, and it's gonna come with this spring blossom idea, privacy screen. There's gonna be a pond, which some of these things I really like, but $75, I'm gonna say right off the bat, is never gonna happen. Tranquility garden, not sure what that is, probably flowers and stuff. And then there's like lanterns, tea sets, tables, stepping stones. It looks like you can just have like your whole like cherry blossom total thing going on. There's like 4 variants of things, and there's like triple versions of things, which I really like, because I like that I hope they're gonna add this to like other things in the game that are just part of the UI, like stairs and steps and other things that I've been asking for, so to continue, gardens, stables. And then I guess there's like a fungal picnic version of this as well. So that's going to be like your mushroomy one. If like you're not doing like the floral thing, you want to do more of like a foresty maybe. And then we're going to have the similar
That'd be
stuff.
great for a Heroneer player.
Yeah,
and they're out there. I've seen them.
Some of the stuff I could see it working a bit into the outside of like, because I have like more of a forest home, but it is still a little more trolly. But I could see the mushroom thing going in, and I know they're gonna have like more like probably caves and weird stuff. So with that theme, also, and I think both these sets kind of come with similar stuff. So like again, planters, there's a gazebo, we're getting a hanging chair this time. So we have the spring blossom hanging chair already last time, or if you don't, obviously that's available for purchase as well. So now we're getting like the mushroom hanging chair and the wreath and the ceiling light and the shelf and the tray and the window and the eggs and the little statues and the gnomes and the little sinks and stuff that we kind of got with the spring blossom pack last time. So you're getting all the mushroom stuff and then like a few more spring blossom things. But this is, like Wooly says, Jesus titty fucking Simpson, to quote the man himself, $75.
It's a lot of items, and it's
a lot of stuff,
yeah.
and I didn't go over all of it at all. But yeah, we do have the link in the show notes. Wooly, I did blow over that because we've been recording for a while. So.
I'm sure there are people out there who would see this bundle and just be super excited for it. I'm just not one of them. I think it's a cool concept. I like it. I do wish they had waited to put externals on the in-game shop, because we still need all the racial externals. There's no Tauren. There's no undead, for Christ's sake. There's no troll. There's no dwarf. There's no gnome. There's no Draenei. There's none of that. But we got a treehouse.
It's one of those, it's kind of one of those, like, when everyone was like the WoW 2.0, Dream Blunt rotation. This is kind of like the Nightmare Blunt rotation of that. Mm-hmm. Like where you start to feel like, are they going to delete WoW entirely and just become like Heroneers now? Like,
Anyway, all of those items, we didn't actually put it in the notes and we didn't say it, but I do believe they're all available individually for Hearthstone as well. When I was putting the notes together, there were Hearthstone prices next to them. So, if you don't want to buy the bundle, but you like the idea of some of these, and some of them are repeats, those like colorful eggs, especially the egg that looks like a gnome, they were already there. But you can go have a look.
I'm assuming that the pack is going to scale like they've been doing for years. I hope to God they're not backscaling something stupid like that, where if you go to buy this pack and you have the things already, like in my case, I'd have a lot of the spring blossom stuff. So I'm hoping to God maybe it scales, or am I just going to get doubles? Oh my gosh.
I don't think
That's
it would,
another
because
thing to look at.
When you go get fucking interior shit for your house, like let's say that horde doormat,
yeah.
The cost doesn't adjust if you already have that. It just gives you another one of them. So I'm imagining, let's say you have the Shroomic egg already. I don't think it's going to take that cost off. I think it's just going to give you another one of those goddamn eggs.
Or then you'll have to buy everything separate. Weird.
Yeah.
I guess this is how we keep $15 subs.
I guess so. I'm okay with it. I'm not like mad or outraged by it.
No.
I just wish we had more racial exteriors first.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had written game if time, but we don't have time. So
That's true.
final thoughts? What are your final thoughts?
Yeah. Is this thing on? What are all these birds doing here? Since you're so tired of Algathar Academy.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
My final thought is for Lordaeron, I guess. I don't know. I want more Lordaeron content. I'm playing Undead now, so that's my place.
You will fail this
my
semester.
real final thought.
You will fail this semester.
Damn. My real final thought is I'm going to have to turn my house exterior back to orc and like make it as small as possible so I can build like a Forsaken looking theme around the outside. That's what I'm going to have to end up doing. Because it's not coming anytime soon.
After your invincible runs, though.
Those of you listening to the audio version, I just glared at her hard.
Well, you said you were going to go on invincible runs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I thought...
You can't work on
Listen,
your house until
I did
you
a
go
shot
on your
and I
invincible
drank a beer,
runs.
so... And
I
not
know,
just
I
a
was like, why
beer.
is he looking at me like that for?
A tall beer with 8% alcohol.
That's true.
Like,
He's hitting the lineys.
volume or what.
Lineys. There it is. Chug, chug,
Anyway, we are going to go ahead and get on out of here. Feel free to follow us in the social media places. You can find the various proper spellings in the episode description as some asshole revs his engine outside. I am at Wooly08 on Twitter and Instagram and at Wooly_08 on TikTok. Might start using Blue Sky again. We'll see. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom on Twitter and at Hunter Gershom with 2 R's on Instagram. The show itself is at Thrall's Balls Pod on Twitter and Instagram, or you can search Thrall's Balls Pod on YouTube. The episodes have been posting there lately. No video for some reason, though. Email us with any feedback or questions, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Leave feedback on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on Discord. And you can find Discord by going to thrallsballs.com on our link tree. All our show's relevant links, including Discord, can be found there. But anyway, till next week, guys. Bye. We love you. Be good.
Hi, Swingaz. We love you. Be good.
Pickle Rick!
Fuck you. I didn't even hear it. I don't know what you did.
I can't wait until you know.